Hello and welcome back to your own channel, Indian Defense Analysis, where we bring to you the latest development happening in the defense sector. The year of 1999 was very challenging for India, and the trust level between India and Pakistan was almost zero. The famous Kargil War was being fought between India and Pakistan between May and July 1999 in the Kargil district of Kashmir and along the line of control, LOC. During the war, the Indian Army evicted Pakistani intruders and succeeded in recapturing the Tiger Hill and other posts as a part of Operation Vijay. The Indian soldiers had secured this victory after 3 months of conflict that led to a loss of lives from both sides, with the Indian side losing nearly 490 officers and soldiers. The same year another incident happened, which many of us are not aware of. The incident regarding which we are going to talk today happened in August 1999, the month following the end of Kargil War. It is also important to talk about this incident because India is always known for its defensive nature, but this incident will change the perception. The story begins from Gujarat. The Rann of Kutch in Gujarat has always been a flare point between Indian and Pakistan. Recently, in the month of July, a Pakistan Navy's warship PNS Alamgir had crossed the maritime boundary line of the coast of Gujarat and entered Indian waters, where it was detected. An ICG Dornier aircraft forced Pakistan Navy warship to retreat. On 10 August 1999 at 10:51 HRS IST, an IAF ground radar picked up an aircraft track inside Sindh region of Pakistan near Badin, approaching the Indo-Pakistan International Border (IB) on a southeasterly course. At 1059 hours, 2 IAF Mig-21s of No.45 Squadron took off from the Naliya air base to interrogate an unidentified aircraft which intruded into Indian airspace. Air intrusion does happen close to borders to two countries to test each other's readiness, response time and for recon missions. However, this time, the intruding aircraft got unlucky as the flying rocket MiG-21s scrambled fast enough to confront the intruder, a Pakistani Atlantique reconnaissance aircraft. The ground control evaluated and tracked Atlantique 100 kilometers before it violated the Indian airspace, and after ascertaining its speed and flight pattern, the ground staff deduced that it was a Pakistani intruder on a possible intelligence gathering sortie. Within minutes, 2 MiG-21s were scrambled to confront the aircraft that appeared to be moving steadily towards India. The 2 MiG-21s surrounded the aircraft from side and back and tried to force the Atlantique to land at Naliya. However, the Pakistani recon aircraft veered sharply to the left towards the border and came directly in front of one of the MiG-21. The Atlantique turned into the MiG-21 flying side of the aircraft in an aggressive evasive attempt. This was a hostile act, and Atlantique was declared a hostile aircraft as being a military plane. It had entered Indian territory without permission. Hostile aircraft cannot return home. They have only two options: follow the instructions and land or be shot down. Then Sqn Leader P.K. Bundela on board the MiG-21 relayed the aggressive posture of Atlantis to his air base. His radio crackled seconds later with an order to shoot. The MiG-21 could not establish the radio contact with the Atlantique as it had only a one-way radio system which it was using to stay in contact with Pakistan Air Base. Upon receiving the instruction, Bundela fired a single heat-seeking air-to-air Matra missile that hit the Atlantique on the port side, causing it to burst into flames and hurtle down into the Kori Creek wasteland. The Atlantique's flight path indicates the clear breach of the 1991 bilateral agreement on air violations between India and Pakistan. Signed as one of the several confidence-building measures taken at that time, Section 2A of the agreement clearly states combat aircraft, to include fighter, reconnaissance, jet military trainer and armed helicopter aircraft, will not fly within 10 kilometers of each other's airspace except by prior permission. Even if we take into account of Pakistan's claim that the aircraft was shot 2 kilometers within its border, this still makes for a violation of the 1991 agreement. Atlantique was a surveillance and combat aircraft fitted with highly sensitive electronic systems. It was on a recon mission to probe the Indian Air Force's air defense order of battle, radar and radio frequencies. Pakistan as usual came up with one version of explanation and then after realizing its mistake, changed to second. The Pakistan's Information Minister Mushahid Hussain on record said to BBC that the Atlantique was on a surveillance mission and shot inside their own border. However, within hours he changed his tune, saying the aircraft was actually on a training mission. The second version was even so lame, as no training sorties are performed, even close to border areas, forget about intruding. The intruding aircraft is one of the 4 highly sophisticated Atlantique ATL-1 reconnaissance and combat aircraft of the Pakistani Navy. It carries sensitive electronic surveillance systems, torpedoes, mines, bombs and air-to-air missiles. Beside losing an expensive strategic asset, like Atlantique which cost nearly $35 million, Pakistan lost its all 16 Pakistani personnel, including 5 officers, on board Atlantique. Pakistan then filed a lawsuit against India at the International Court of Justice on 21 September 1999. It sought for $60 million compensation from India. Pakistan spent nearly $4 lakh preparing for the case. However, the ICJ dropped Pakistan claims without recourse to appeal, which added further setback to Pakistan. Thanks for watching the video and supporting us. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe our channel.